Our beloved Prophet, our guide, our leader, and our master. We will talk about Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, but we will talk more about being close to him. Now, let's ask ourselves, how close or how far are we to our Prophet? You know, being far or close is not about time or distance. Our question is, how close are we in our hearts? I will tell you a story. There was a tree trunk that the Prophet used to stand near when he was addressing the people inside the mosque. The trunk was taken away to another place far from the Prophet, and a stage was put instead for the Prophet to stand on when holding his speech in the mosque. The first time the Prophet stood on his stage, everyone in the mosque could hear the trunk groaning. Do you know what groaning means? It means making a loud noise that sounds like someone is very upset, almost about to cry. A trunk, something that we think doesn't have feelings like ours, was totally affected because it was far away from the Prophet. So what about us? How must we feel? Does our heart ache like that trunk when our brain and mind fall away from him and his love? How well do we really know him to feel close to him? Do we really know our Prophet? Let's start with his lineage. Lineage means the names of the forefathers of the Prophet. How many of you know the names of your forefathers? We believe that Muhammad, who was the son of Abdullah, who was the son of Abdul Muttalib, who was the son of Hashim, who was the son of Abdu Manaf, who were all of the noblest Arab tribe Quraysh, was Allah's last prophet and messenger. He was sent to both jinn, who are invisible beings that God created from fire, and all humankind. He was born in Mecca but immigrated to Medina where he is buried. The prophets are the best human beings. The best human beings are the prophets. May Allah increase their honor. And the best prophet is our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. By best, we mean that he is the last prophet, and his message is the last message for humanity. His rank is the highest of all the other prophets. However, we don't distinguish between the prophets. We see them as equals. A prophet supports his claim of prophethood by miracles. A miracle is an extraordinary event that happens in support of a prophet's claim to prophethood. It cannot be duplicated by his opponents. Prophet Muhammad claimed prophethood and taught that the Quran would never be altered. 1,400 years later, there is still only one version of the Quran. For a book to remain preserved for that long is extraordinary. The Prophet also taught that no one would ever be able to make up something as expressive as even the shortest of its surahs, no more than a single line of writing. No one has ever met this challenge, even among the powerful Arabs of the Prophet's time. This is why they chose the cowardly option of fighting him instead. How do I show my love for my Prophet? Well, you have to feel your love to the Prophet deep inside your hearts. And you have to know that it is the real cure for most of our spiritual diseases that occur in our lives in recent times. This love is the real medicine for our hearts and souls. Well, of course, you didn't see the Prophet, and he, peace and blessings be upon him, didn't see us, but he loved us, and we have no doubt of this. Let's read this beautiful story of our Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. When the Prophet visited Al-Baqi, a burial ground in Medina, next to the Prophet's mosque, before his death, he told his companions, "I wish I could see my brothers." They replied, "Aren't we your brothers?" The Prophet said, "No, you are my companions. My brothers are those who didn't see me and yet follow me and believe in me." Our Prophet missed us, so why don't we miss him? As Muslims, we must feel like that trunk did. We must have the same feelings of love towards the Prophet and must be the ones who need his nearness. To be near him, our Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, we must love him, make continuous salawat to him, and follow his teachings and morals in everything we do. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad.